Hey everyone, it's me, Cindy. It is day 26 of my 100 days of meditating for an hour and making a video. Today I had a very deep meditation and I got that by going through this process that I am going through of self-discovery and loss, really. So the story is that I had a lot of cats at one time, and I, for 20 years, was in the rescue community and did all kinds of volunteer work at Best Friends Animal Society and KLA and Kitten Rescue. And then I do several trappings on the grounds of LA, and I trapped many, many cats in my area, and then people would call me and I'd help them trap them, and then I'd help them find homes for the kittens. And a lot of the times if we couldn't find homes, they would come to my house first. And I had 4 cats of my own, but then sometimes I was fostering kitties, and it was kind of exhilarating, but it was very overwhelming and very stressful. And at a certain point, I realized that my whole life for 20 years has been centered around my animals, and something that I never really understood was how much I wanted to do it the right way, because in my mind and in my childhood I didn't do it the right way. So I had my animal taken away from me, so I was going to do it the right way this time. And that meant that a lot of my being and who I was and everything was centered around my cats. And I would come home at a certain time every single night for 20 years because I never left food out. So it tied me to them. But then on the other hand, something wonderful happened to me, which was I fell in love. I fell in love with these furry creatures, and I was able to express unconditional love, which I never felt that I could express with a person. And I had had a lot of really sort of abusive relationships. And so, I landed on the cats, and it just changed my world. And then a couple of years ago, I knew that the time was going to be running out soon for a couple of the older cats. And to make a long story short, all 4 of them died within 2.5 years. And the last one died at the end of January. And she was my just soulmate. And, I was beside myself. And since January 23rd, the day that she died, since the next day, my first day without any animals that had been a part of my life for almost 20 years, was devastating. And so this journey of meditating for an hour is further down the road of this process that it's been since January 24th until 26 days ago when I started meditating for an hour. And I think that I'm at this point, even though there's some tears and emotion that still come up, I think that I'm at this point where I'm really living so much more freely because I allowed myself to just go through this process and cry a lot. And, I would be meditating and just start bawling my eyes out. And that was just the way that it was. Or I would be cleaning a blanket that one of my cats slept on every night, and I'd start crying or whatever it was. I just kept allowing myself to be wherever I was with the grief and wherever I was with the loss. And there is just so much to be said for that, to allow yourself to go through whatever the emotions are that you're going through without judgment, without embarrassment, without a humiliation. And, there are people that get it, there are people that don't, and that's not your responsibility. If you want to share it with people, you might want to be careful about who you share it with. I, for one, there are a lot of people that just say, come on, it was a cat, just go get another cat, go rescue another cat. There's tons of cats that need to be rescued, or a dog, or get a dog. And because I was such a part of the community, what's happening right now, and what's been happening in the last couple of weeks, is that people are calling me to tell me, I just rescued these kitties, what do I do? Like, my friend has this feral cat and she doesn't know what to do about it. What do I do? And usually I would just be so devastated about the situation that I would take matters into my own hand and run over there and get the cats and rescue them and keep them in my house and try to find homes for them and take them to the vet and pay for it all and all that kind of stuff. And this really interesting thing is happening to me as I'm working through my grief and also enjoying my new freedom, is that now these situations that happened to me prior are coming back, and I'm dealing with them from a different perspective. And I'm telling you, it's all that I can do to not, because my initial instinct is because somebody just did it last night. I just rescued these kitties. I can't take them into my house. My grandmother's allergic. I have 5 dogs. They're only 3-4 weeks old. Clearly not a person that's really going to be able to take care of them. So I felt initially, oh my God, I got to go down there and take them. And then I thought, that's not my path right now. That's not my journey right now. My journey right now is to focus on me. My journey right now is to discover and to embrace my life now, whatever it is, but it's without my animals. And I have to take time to really embrace that and discover what that is. So I tried to help him as much as I could. I made many suggestions and step-by-steps and sent him information. And I pray and I hope that he does the right thing and that the kitties get taken care of. But it was a very, very interesting, I was like, wow, I just did that, and I didn't completely get destroyed because I didn't run over there and take the cats. And so it's just this interesting process. And so when I was meditating today, I was really tapping into this new, and it's not denial, because I'm not in denial, because I've been processing. And so I know that it's not denial. I know it's not, don't tell me about the kittens and how many homeless people and what's happening with the poachers and what's happening with the whales and what's happening with, the grizzlies and the this and the that. There is a certain overload that I can say, okay, I need to maybe delete that email because I don't need to see that image. But I know that I'm working through it from coming from a different place, which is what's best for me. And it's really tricky because the universe is going to keep planting these things like, okay, you're really done with the cat thing for now, or here, let me throw these newborns at you, and let me throw that this person has a feral cat that they need to have handled, and let me throw this one at you. And I'm just watching myself, which is such a huge thing because, like I said, my whole life was devoted to my cats for almost 20 years and rescue. And that's a good substantial chunk of time. So, anyway, I think that one of the things that I'm saying is that if you are going through some kind of grief or loss, to allow yourself to be wherever it is that you are, allow yourself to go through whatever feelings you go through, accept them and acknowledge them, don't judge them, and just be careful of who you might share things with. Know that not everybody thinks the way that you do, and you might want to just really know who you want to go to for support, and to just keep on the journey of self-discovery and encouraging yourself that you're on the right path no matter what, not roadblocks, but no matter what unexpected events might come into your path. So that is it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.